You can listen to motivational speakers all day. You can take in hundreds of videos. You can go to seminars. But at some point, you're going to have to make a decision on where to start. Hey there, how are you? So today I am kicking off a 3-part series on self-motivation. Now here's the thing. You can listen to guys like this.
Feel the power of your heart. Feel the strength of your heart. Feel the beauty of your heart. Feel grateful for the power of your heart.
And you can listen to guys like this.
If you know what you want to do, no big deal. You just commit your entire life to doing it, and you'll either get really close or you'll die trying.
You can listen to motivational speakers all day. You can take in hundreds of videos. You can go to seminars. But at some point, you're going to have to make a decision on where to start. This 3-part video series will cover topics around how to structure, how to plan, and how to go about achieving self-motivation. Are you ready? Let's do this. So there's 3 parts to this series talking about self-motivation. The first step is identifying and understanding what it is you really want. What are those hot button motivators and those things that are going to drive you to your goals? Now, part 2 in the series, next week, we'll examine further how you go about getting up off your butt and doing it. Really, we're talking about the difference between motivators that are the carrot and the stick. Part 3, we'll look at our value structure. We may have figured out what it is we actually want. We might have an idea of whether the carrot or the stick is going to get us there, but we really need to stop and think about what's important to us personally. Let's get started today with identifying those hot button motivators. What is it that we really want? Okay, so what I'm talking about is if you need to motivate yourself to do something, you kind of have to understand what your criteria are and what you're looking for in that thing. Let's use a real world example of, say, a career, okay? Let's say you want to start a career as a musician. Well, you're probably going to have different criteria for what you want out of that career than someone who, say, is looking to get into office work or be in a corporation and managerial type of position and not be tied down to like a 9-to-5 punch clock or a very strict regimented environment. So you can see the criteria for something like a career is going to be different things to different people. Does that make sense? All right, let's continue. Maybe what you're trying to motivate yourself to do is a pretty common thing, which is lose weight. It's important to be as specific as possible. We can't do this in general terms. I want to get in shape. I want to lose weight. If we're trying to find a way to motivate ourselves, we have to be specific about the criteria for us to get started. It's probably a really good idea to write some of this down as you're going. Give yourself something to refer back to when it's time to hit the button and go. What is the hot button for you? Is it, I need to be in a gym? Okay, maybe that's one of the criteria. What's the hot button there? Well, I don't want it to be a big fancy gym. Maybe I know I want it to be a Planet Fitness. Okay, now you've gotten specific about where you're gonna start. As much as you can, try to identify those specific things that are going to give you the path to get where you want to be. Maybe you're trying to motivate yourself to save money and plan a vacation. It's easy to put that off. Considerations like work, school, money, where would I even go? You need to motivate yourself to get started on that. Well, then pick some specific criteria. Where do you want to go on vacation? Give it an honest assessment. Is it some far-flung tropical island you want to go to? Maybe it's the Grand Canyon. Maybe it's just to visit family you haven't seen in a long time. The way to bust through that first wall of hesitation and procrastination is to somehow document specific things about what you're trying to do. As I said, this is just the first step. There's a total of 3 things we're going to talk about in this series. How to motivate yourself. Step 1 was to figure out what it is you really want. If you think this is a good topic, hey, give the video a thumbs up. Maybe share it with someone that you think might find it interesting. As always, I invite you to subscribe and come along for more conversations. And by all means, hit the bell so that you get notified next week when I put out part 2, how to actually get started. Is that using the carrot or the stick? That's going to do it for today. But as always, my friends, thanks so much for watching. We'll see you on the road.